Trumpy, what are the possibilities of you being here in America as being an illegal immigrant? Could you get arrested for what you're doing, or would you just get shipped back?
I think once I get into the country, it's all right. But if there's something happens at customs, then it's an issue.
So you feel like Johnny Depp, George Young coming through customs without the drugs, though? You're just coming in here to steal Americans' money?
Every time I get through customs, I just look at the flag and get it.
Oh, Black Betty, oh, Black Betty.
If you were going to consider being a game show host, which game show would you pick?
Family Feud. Great question, though. Or Wheel of Fortune. I need the ability to react to bad decisions. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, Pat Sajak is way too nice to these Wheel of Fortune contestants. Whenever they have a free play and they don't get a vowel. Right? When they have a free play and then they take something else and they don't take a vowel there, they're stupid. They should be punished and made fun of and mocked on national television for that. Whenever they buy a vowel, when it's clear that you know the answer of the puzzle, you're stupid. You should mock that. And then Family Feud, Steve Harvey is taking that thing to a whole nother level. But boy, the alley-oops for reactions and burials in that show is awesome. But I'm a big game show guy. Big game show guy. Love Trebek. I could never get on the nerd Super Bowl that is Jeopardy or host that, but I enjoy watching that because if I get two right in the 30 minutes, I feel like a genius. Wheel of Fortune's more my speed, and Family Feud's my speed.
What about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They might be bringing that back.
I would love to host that. I like giving away money.
I think that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Remember the show Weakest Link?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That was a great concept, too. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of great games. Game shows get mocked by, I think, a lot of hoity-toity people other than Jeopardy. Game shows are great entertainment.
Obviously, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune have been around forever, but did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire literally kick off everyone doing game shows?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was so revolutionizing. I think people of this younger generation don't fully respect Regis Philbin and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when that thing launched. It was the talk of the town. Somebody's going to win $1 million tonight just by answering some questions and to get a phone a friend and can lose 50-50 and poll the audience. I mean, it was just a great concept with a massive prize. That's all you need. Great concept, massive possibility, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire really took over. That guy calling his dad to tell him he just won $1 million, still one of the greatest moments on television.
Still remember where I was at watching that. He was the first guy to win the million.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that with any other TV shows.
All right, let's use the phone a friend. Who do you want to call? My dad. Okay. Hey, Dad, just calling to tell you, I just won about $540,000 after taxes. It's a good show, man. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is back. How do I get in the running for that?
I don't know.
Just throw your name in the hat.
In a percentage-wise, what is 6 hours of a day?
25. Shoot. That's wrong.
Connor, the question isn't for you.
25.
It's also
Can't say that either.
no.
Beauty is the child in the back. Connor, you poke your head into a conversation you're not supposed to be a part of. Then you make an FCC violation. I mean, yesterday you break a piece of art that's in the building. I've never seen somebody be on this big of a slump, a schneid, in my entire life. Figure it out. Zito, I'm sorry he interrupted
He
you.
Kanye'd West my Edry.
He did.
Well
I'm going to let you finish, he said.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I've had it with this virus. Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day canceled.
They're done.
Oh, no.
Shut.
Good thing Indy's got a huge one.
No, what are we waiting for? Come on.
Indy probably isn't canceled yet because I don't think they have one.
No, it's massive.
No,
What are you
trust me,
talking
they
about?
do, and they need to get rid of it.
They send out emails to all 45 people, and they say, team, we're going to try not to do it this year. Why don't you want to go, Ty? You kind of want to get out of expectation of having to go get drunk on Saturday?
There's like a bar crawl downtown. I guess what? If you're going to get it, it's going to be with a bunch of schmucks who probably have it and are willing to give it to other people.
More
You know what I
breaking
mean?
news.
What is it?
Don't say it.
Donovan Mitchell has a virus.
Oh,
Rudy
no.
Gobert, teammate.
Jeez. Jazz star Donovan Mitchell has tested positive for the virus. Lead sources tell ESPN Jazz players privately say that Rudy Gobert had been careless in the locker room, touching other players in their blood. Rudy Gobert is a problem.
What is this guy doing?
We need people to not be like Rudy Gobert. Lock it down. Let's battle against this COVID-19. Let's beat it. Whenever the people were asked to leave the arena, this video is absolutely, it's wild to watch, to be honest. The PA announcer at the game had to tell people to leave.
as we get ready for the playoffs. The game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe. And take your time in leaving the arena tonight and do so in an orderly fashion. Thank you for coming out tonight. We are all safe. And you can visit OKCThunder.com for updates on upcoming games. Please drive home safely. And good night, fans.
There is a bear on the loose. Everybody panic is basically what just happened there. I assume that he was trying to do that in a manner that did not make people react in the fashion that they did. That shrieking yell by a lady immediately was a wild way to start that video once it hit the internet last night. You've been around business a long time. I assume you've negotiated your own contracts. I've been going through a lot of the contracts that I've signed. There's like an act of God clause in basically everything. Have you heard about this?
I don't know if there's one in my contract per se because mine is ironclad, but go ahead.
Ours are not. That was an amateur mistake by me. But there is like this act of God clause that I think a lot of people may be potentially putting into action where either companies can say that they can't afford to pay somebody or something like that, and people can get out of business arrangements because of an act of God or like some supernatural. This is falling into that because it's a worldwide pandemic. There's no way that anybody thought that we could potentially come to this situation.
Oh, no, but by the same token, Pat, I don't think anybody would invoke the act of God clause in a negative fashion on the heels of this either. Like, what if the NBA players said, look, we know this virus threatened the world, it killed X amount of people, but we're still not playing past June 30th no matter what. They just can't do that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
A.J. Burnett might have the guts to do that, not the NBA players.
Agree. They look terrible PR, absolutely terrible PR-wise. But I think for these next couple weeks, it's going to be very interesting to see how the sports world is handled. I mean, you got what, 4 channels on TV that are dedicated strictly to sports, and sports have been canceled. People like you and me, Mark, we're going to survive, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get cut by the wayside in this sports media business.
Pat, we will survive by our wits because we're funny guys, and I mean that very sincerely. A lot of people won't be able to fill the time, and I heard that CBS Radio is going to lay people off during the sports stoppage because they just don't feel it necessary to keep that many people on the air talking about sports when there are no sports.
We are on CBS Sports Radio right now.
Well, they said not you.
Okay. I was about to say breaking news from Mark Madden there.
You're right. It's funny. I was with you on the Nascar, too. I mean, I've tried. I used to try with the Rainbow Warrior in the first edition of the Earnhardt. I mean, I just tried. Couldn't do it.
I've tried my best. The second Dale Earnhardt Jr., I think he was very entertaining. He never really could get it done. And then Kyle Busch, I like Kyle Busch, but then he starts getting punished for being Kyle Busch. He starts fighting people. It's not the old, and they race too long. You can't keep my attention for that long when I have 4 cars in the garage that are faster than the cars that you guys are driving. I just can't do it.
Can't do it. And that's why baseball is what baseball is. Do you think that Hollywood would ever say to somebody, hey, come on, why don't you come and watch our 3-hour movie 6 times a week? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Tom.
That's why we are where we are.